A trick is supposed to worship the ground you walk on, but you obsessed with that fantasy that you talk on. You not in touch with the planet your feet walk on, so you don't recognize the prey you meant to hawk on. If you don't go for the breaking, then you wholly mistaken. No befriending the trick, leave them poor, then you shake them. A lot of y'all think you the hottest, but you modest, and move with a nature that's the opposite of a goddess. Let's go.
Bitch, you want all this pimpin' you can't afford. Perform like a punk, but want a winner's reward. Some suckers give you points, but bitch, you never scored. If you ain't paying pimpin', then bitch, you getting ignored.
Okay.
I'm so sick of these.
You know, one of the biggest determining factors in life is perspective. You can have two females, shit, they can be identical twins. But let's say they grew up in two totally different environments and didn't even know who each other were. But they identical. They look exactly the same. They talk exactly the same. They have the same mental capacity. They have the same emotional capacity, the same spiritual capacity, right? But depending on their perspectives on life, they can be two totally different types of people and therefore perform on two totally different levels. Nonetheless, they have all the same basics. They have the same basic nature about themselves. But that perspective will make them two totally different individuals. One could be average, one could be great, one could be subpar, one could be legendary. Two identical people. So that perspective is key. Now, when it comes to this game, when it comes to a hoe being a hoe, your perspective is crucial. It's a lot of young ladies in the game right now that do a lot of subpar shit and subject themselves to a lot of subpar shit, subject themselves to a lot of demeaning activities with tricks. And it's all because of their perspective. How you see is how you gonna be. So if you wanna be big, guess what? You gotta see big. If you wanna be legendary in this game, then you have to see yourself as legendary in this game. And the way a hoe is supposed to see and be is that of a goddess. When you a hoe in this game, you should see yourself as a goddess. You should see yourself as divinity in the flesh, a divine creature walking this earth, did a trick, should thank his lucky stars to have action at. This is how you have to value yourself as a hoe. If you want to be successful in this game, if you're not in this game just to get by, if you're not in this game to live the same type of lifestyle as somebody that works a regular 9-to-5, who punches a clock, that ain't taking nearly half the risk that you taking, that ain't making nearly half the sacrifices that you making, but nonetheless living the same lifestyle as you. If you don't want to be that young lady, then you have to view yourself as a goddess. You have to look at things from the perspective of a divine creature in this game. There's too many things, like I said again, that bras in the game subject themselves to that's just demeaning and degrading. I guarantee you, if you go to any track in America right now, if you ride around long enough, you're gonna see at least one, if not a few, if not a whole lot, of chicks walking up to tricks' cars, letting tricks touch on them, grab their booty, grab their pussy, grab their titties, all of this shit, and the bitch just smiling and giggling the whole time while all this shit is going on. If you go to the strip in Las Vegas and walk around them casinos and pay attention to the girls working in them casinos, I guarantee you that sooner than later, you're gonna see a chick sitting at the bar with a trick, tongue kissing him, letting him just have his way with her at the damn bar. Just crazy. And within all of these activities that I'm describing, these chicks ain't getting a dime. The trick could get up and walk away if they in the casino, or if they on the track, he could just pull off. Like anybody in the game has seen happen plenty of times. If you active in the game and you out there moving around, you see this type of shit happening all the time. And it's not because these young ladies' capability is any lesser. It's because of how they see themselves. It's a matter of their perspective. So because they have the wrong perspective, because they have a lesser perspective on the game, they carry themselves as such. So they don't know how to behave themselves as godlike in front of a trick every chance they get. Because, like I've said before, to any hoe in the game right now that think you're doing something big, you think you've accomplished all that you can accomplish, you think you've reached the highest of heights, whatever the case may be, or if you just, if you just think you're doing good, I guarantee you that if you could just name your price, if you could just name whatever price that you want with confidence, that tricks will give you that price every time you approach them or they approach you or you deal with them, your price will be higher than what it is right now. Whatever you checking right now, if you could just name whatever your price, if you can name it whatever you want it to be, it's definitely going to be much higher than what it is right now. And if you say something otherwise, you either a liar or you insane or something's wrong with your motherfucking ass. The shit gonna be higher. So the way that you get closer to that price that you want is by carrying yourself as a goddess, moving in a goddess-like fashion in front of them tricks every chance that you get. A trick is supposed to see you as a divine individual. A trick is supposed to see you when he lays eyes upon you, when he hears your voice, when you talk to him, when you make eye contact with him. When a trick first encounters you, he's supposed to have a feeling like, I can't believe she's looking at me. Damn, she looking at me? Hold on, did she just wave and smile at me? No, she didn't do that. That bitch is too motherfucking bad. She too fine, she too gorgeous, she too heavenly. Ain't no way in the world that she looked at me and smiled. Ain't no way that she waved at me. Hold on, wait a minute. Did this chick just speak to me? Did she just ask me what my name is? Did she just ask me how I'm doing? This chick right here just asked me. That's the feeling that the trick is supposed to have whenever he encounters your goddess-like ass. But he's not gonna have that feeling if you don't have that feeling about yourself. And if you don't have that feeling about yourself, you're not gonna carry yourself in that fashion. It's a lot of chicks with that type of potential in the game, but they carry themselves like dusty ass, flip-flop wearing, pickle with a now and later eating ass, ghetto ass, ratchet ass, don't want nothing in life, cool with the food stamps they getting ass bitches, Four Loko, trash, boo-boo weed, smoking ass bitches, Black and Mild smoking ass bitches. It's bitches with the potential to be goddess-like, but because this is their perspective, they have the perspective of a ratchet ass bitch. That's how they see, so guess what? That's how they be. And these is the gorgeous ass bitches that you see on the track letting tricks pull up and reach out the window and grab their booty and grab their pussy and grab their titties. These is the chicks that you see sitting at the casino, at the bar, or next to a slot machine or something, talking with a trick, tongue kissing him in the mouth. These is the same chicks that you see with that type of potential to be goddess-like. And see, when you carry yourself in a goddess-like fashion, that's when you're gonna be able to get the type of money that you deserve. See, a trick is gonna lowball a bitch who he knows doesn't have the right type of confidence about herself. They do that with who they know they can do that with. If you moving like a subpar ass bitch, if you look like you only took 2 seconds to get dressed and get yourself together before you went out the door, a trick is gonna treat you like that. If he don't see anything expensive about you, then he's gonna treat you like that. He's gonna feel like he can get away with 40 or 30 or 50 or whatever kind of, low amount of dollars that he might feel like parting with. They always got more than what they say, but if you treat yourself like that and you present yourself like that, he's gonna understand your perspective. So guess what? He gonna treat you the same way that you treat yourself. like a cheap ass, low budget ass bitch. But it's all about that perspective. If you have the right type of perspective and you look like a bitch that took a couple of hours to get yourself together, if you have the type of presentation that's not just easy and take 2 seconds to put together, if you step out the door like that, if you step out the door looking like an expensive ass bitch, if you step out the door looking like a bitch that this trick ain't got no business having anything to do with, if you step out the door like that and you present yourself like that to a trick, then guess what? He's already thinking initially that he shouldn't even have action at you. But when he understands that he does have action at you, then it's like, well, damn, what do I have to do? You know, if you like some Payless shoes or something like that, some shoes at Walmart, you know, if you a pair of tennis shoes at Walmart, you know, he gonna look at it like, I can have that whenever, you know, that ain't nothing special. But if you a pair of Louboutins, if you a pair of, you know, Mari Gators or something like that, some shit that everybody don't have, then he's gonna look at you like, damn, what do I have to do to have that? If you a motherfucking Seiko watch at Target, it's like, okay, it's $30. You know, can I get it for $25? That's how he gonna treat you. But if you present yourself as that Rolex, you know what I mean, that presidential shit, then it's like, well, damn, what do I have to do? Then the ball is in your court. Now you navigate. Now you dictating the encounter, as opposed to them ratchet ass, cheap ass bitches that don't know how to talk, so they let the trick dictate the whole encounter. They let the trick say what's gonna happen. They let the trick say how much he gonna give up. Nah. You present yourself like a goddess. You see things from the perspective of a goddess. So you carry yourself like that. And it's like, if you want to fuck with me, this is what you're going to have to do. See, with them cheap ass, ratchet ass, low budget ass bitches, them dusty bitches, the trick is in his head already like, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But with a bitch who presents herself in a goddess-like fashion every chance that she get, he's not thinking like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. He's thinking like, okay, what do I have to do? Because I know I don't have no business fucking with you, but if you're going to give me action, then that's great. But what do I have to do? He don't even know what he has to do. He don't know what it's going to take. But once he finds out what it's going to take, then he's going to do whatever it takes to have you. Tricks always got more than what they say. And they ain't going to have no problem giving it up for some high quality shit. When people see high quality things and it's presented to them and marketed to them the right way, they have no problem making a sacrifice or paying a premium for that quality. They gonna give it up. You just gotta apply game. And the pimp done gave you a whole bunch of free ass game right now. Let's see what you do with it. You dig? Let's see if you appreciate the source of this motherfucking game. You dig? But the bottom line, if you want a trick to respect you and hold you to a higher regard, be goddess-like in front of that trick every chance you get. Let that marinate on your mind one time. Freeze is it. Put some of this good old love shit in your body, like so. I holla.
Now come and take a sip of this game. Pour it down your ear and let it drip to your brain so you can run it up. Expensive holy and we'll be coming up. Really coming up. Take a sip of this game, let it saturate your brain. Taylor make your homework so we can match it with my name. Then attach it to your frame, right? Now you game tight. Ready, set, ho. You gon' check her back the same night.